Hello Taurus, welcome to your reading for November. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. I'm primarily a love reader. That's what I'm going to focus on. If anything else pops up, I will address it, of course. We're going to be taking a look at your past, present, future, starting off with some oracle cards. Towards the end of the reading, I will be rolling some dice to get some initials and sun signs and angel numbers for you. So make sure you stick around for that. All right, let's see the recent past. The brawler, lack of empathy, confrontation. Right, 5 of Wands. Not seeing eye to eye with somebody. Not being able to understand somebody and vice versa. Not being able to walk in another's shoes or someone not being able to walk in yours. The 3 of Cups. The 6 of Cups. And the 10 of Pentacles. Despite your oracle card, your tarot is suggesting a very different story. But we have the devil at the bottom of the deck with the King of Swords and the 4 of Cups. Was there an external influence? I feel like a lot of the times the 3 of Cups for me is a card of gossip. It is a card of other people not being able to mind their own business. I feel the general energy of your connection was wonderful. It was a soul tie. It had massive potential. But either other people were involved or another person, or it was past trauma that got in the way. It is possible that you or your person, or even both of you, may have had difficult childhoods. You may have had parents who weren't really present. You may have not grown up with a lot of that compassionate energy that a child should grow up with. And that in turn almost ingrained itself into your DNA and made you or your person colder over time. We do have the King of Swords at the bottom, who regardless of gender can be a very cold archetype. There is not a lack of love here. There is not a lack of promise here. But something got in the way. Oh, randomly at the bottom of the deck, we have another devil. Some of you could just be dealing with a Capricorn. Doesn't have to be. We have the 9 of Pentacles with the 3 of Cups. The Moon and the Hermit. It almost seemed easier to be alone. It almost seemed easier to be by yourself and restart. Pick yourself up again and restart. But I feel like there was too much buried under the surface that maybe wasn't addressed. The 7 of Wands, there's a defensiveness here. Wanting to have the high ground, but you see these repetitive cards. The 6 of Cups is a soul connection. That is the truth. You both bring each other a lot of joy, or at least you did in the past. But you weren't fighting for each other, you were fighting with each other. You were on opposing teams. Oh, that's going to clarify this oracle. I'm going to leave it there. That was strange. The 10 of Pentacles with the Fool. I cannot even tell you how many times the Fool has shown up as a clarifier in the same exact position. Probably for 6 signs already. And this is always leaving me on a cliffhanger. It is also telling me that there is potential here. I did mention that. But we have the Hanged Man and the Knight of Cups with the 9 of Wands. There is perseverance as well. This may not have made itself known to you while you were in this energy, but the person you were dealing with wasn't willing to give up on this. It may have felt like it. And I think that goes for both of you. The Fool is leaving past baggage behind and wanting to take a leap of faith. We will see how the present shows up. If this energy is still reflecting now. But if it isn't, it's still lingering. This promise of this potential, it's still lingering. What is the Hanged Man? Your oracle suggested that there was lack of empathy. This is empathy. This is compassion. This is literally walking a mile in another's shoes. So whatever was getting in the way of that empathy, I feel like either it was removed or it's still lingering. We will see. Let's talk about your present moment. We have the Alchemist. I think Sagittarius had the same card in their future. We have balance, invention, and destruction. This is the Magician card for me. This is creation. But what was clarifying it? The Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Now, don't be fooled by the keywords, right? These oracles are not really read in reverse. So the reversal keywords are always written. But me being an intuitive reader, I don't see destruction here. I see balance, invention, and creation, and passion. This is a spark. This is the Fool carrying forward into the present. You saw that, right? You saw that, right? What did I say? We will see if this carries forward into the present. What did I just say? I love it when these things happen. They give me the chills. Finally, a beautiful reading. I have been so tired, Taurus. These readings for November, because of these eclipses that we've had, and especially your eclipse, I'm recording today, on the day of the eclipse, on the 28th of October. They have been doozies. Two of Cups, beautiful, with the Ten of Swords. Hitting rock bottom and then bouncing back right up. The Nine of Pentacles. Why? Because you have understood how to be independent and autonomous within a connection. You have understood that other people's baggage is not your own to carry. I have been giving the same lecture, and if you've been watching for multiple placements, I apologize for being repetitive, but the nodes of the moon, the north and the south, have moved into Aries and Libra respectively. Now is a very potent time for us to become independent within connections, right? Aries is autonomy, it's individuality. This is one person being whole within themselves, right? A newborn energy. A newborn baby is born alone, does not really need anything in that first breath. Libra is the sign of connections. It is commitment. It is other people surrounding us. How to be independent within those connections, which is the Nine of Pentacles. We have absolute wonderfulness here. Why? Because I feel like you've realized how to separate yourself from other people while still maintaining healthy relationships. Beautiful energy. The Fool with the World. That is powerful, man. That is so powerful. The Fool is the first card of the major arcana and the World is the last. You have successfully completed a chapter, Taurus. But instead of repeating old patterns, I feel like you've graduated and you're starting afresh. Not repeating lessons. You're not repeating a grade anymore. You've graduated, the both of you. Whatever was causing this confrontation, lack of empathy, and all this nonsense in the past, it's over, it's gone. Oh, I wish that hadn't shown up. The Lovers with the Seven of Swords. Why is this here? With the Four of Wands. I'm going to get one more. The Eight of Wands. Don't be fooled if this person doesn't come in exactly how you would have expected them to. There is still a little bit of fear here. More than deception. With the Seven of Swords, I'm getting fear. I'm getting this sense of not really knowing how to approach this situation again. It's like when you graduate high school, right, and you're moving off to university, college, whatever. You don't know how to conduct yourself. You don't know what kind of people you're going to meet. You don't know how to dress. You know what I mean? There's always that hesitation, and I feel like that hesitation is present for this person. There's a lot of communication. There is that promise, back again with the Four of Wands, of permanence and stability. But there is a little bit of hesitation coming in. So if the messages that you receive aren't as potent as you expected them to be, don't be disappointed. I have the Six of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles, which is absolutely wonderful. If you're familiar with the original Rider-Waite, the Nine of Pentacles depicts a lady who is, well, growing grapes, right? She's standing in front of a vineyard and she's willing to give 3 pentacles away, but she's keeping those 6 pentacles for herself. This is the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this independence and autonomy that you have experienced of being your own person, this person has experienced this as well. Why is that so important? We had the Devil that showed up twice, which is the master of codependency. It's very Saturnian energy. It's being tied to somebody, where the Six of Cups just becomes very dark, right? It doesn't become a soul tie. It becomes a karmic tie. You've broken that karmic tie. Now you've taken matters into your own hands and you're conducting yourselves very gracefully because you know who you are. And because you know who you are, you can be empathetic to each other. You're not letting past drama hold you back. You're not letting past baggage, whether it was with each other or independent of each other, hold you back. We have the Chariot, fast-paced movement, forward, a sense of direction, forward. This is beautiful. All right, let's look at the future. We have foundations and community. This for me is like a combination of the 3 and the 10 of Pentacles. You have the 10 of Pentacles right here. The Star wanted to reveal itself, which talks about healing. The 7 of Pentacles, which talks about investment in each other. And then we have the Moon, which naturally is going to show up because I have been ranting on about the nodes of the Moon as well as the eclipses. So the Moon has more authority right now than we have ever seen it hold. And the eclipse is showing up again. I don't know which one it was that was potent for you. Let me know in the comments. But the eclipse in Libra on the 4th of October turned my life upside down. There is a little bit of hesitation here. There is a little bit of confusion here. But there is a very clear sense of what your future should be. I have the 8 of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords and the 2 of Cups with the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Cups and the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune and Justice. This is just a journey. I don't see any of this being an end to anything. I just feel you are building something, you are creating something, and while you are building that, you're not going to have the complete picture in front of you. You're going to create that picture as you go along, right? Unless you're a phenomenal architect. Let's say you're building a sandcastle, right? You're not going to have a blueprint of that sandcastle. You're just going to go along with it as you do, and then eventually create something beautiful out of sand, right? I feel like that's what's happening. Don't take the metaphor for sandcastles being temporary into this situation. I don't think what you're building is temporary by any means. There's a lot of effort and work that is going into building this foundation. But it's all right for you to have fears. And for the other person as well. But you shouldn't. You're building something beautiful. The 10 of Pentacles twice. The 8 of Swords, fears, anxiety. Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right person for me? Am I making a mistake? Page of Swords, 8 of Swords, King of Cups. You're not making a mistake. There's a lot of emotional intelligence here. And you just need to give it a while to shine through. We're not robots, right? We can't press a button and start feeling completely differently overnight. Transition from difficult chapters into fresh new ones will take time. Adjustment to those transitions will take time. The 3 of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to get one more here. The Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles has been showing up a lot because it is one of those independent energies, right? Looking after yourself before you can look after other people. I feel like you've both been looking after yourself, which is why there is a reinvention of empathy and compassion within this connection. And an offer of love with the Knight of Cups, which is solid, which is healthy. Finally, a good reading. I am so glad. We have the Hermit with the Moon. If there's a little bit of quiet right now, let there be. And I just realized I did not turn my candle on. if there is a little bit of quiet. You know what reminded me that my candle was off? Oh, the devil wanted to show up. This quiet, my goodness, look at the major arcana here. The Chariot, Justice with the Queen of Wands. This quiet is constructive. We have devil and angel energy, converting darkness to light. Use this time wisely. I feel like your person's pretty much doing the same thing before you can come together in a healthy way. Phenomenal. Trust this promise of this foreverness, of this goodness, of this stability and permanence. It's gonna manifest itself even faster, Taurus. All right, let's see what the dice say. We have the North Node, and I have been talking about that. North Node is in Aries. I'm repeating myself. Trust yourself. Trust in your goodness. Trust in your autonomy and your independence before you can connect with another. We have the number 6. This could indicate your 6th house. It could be talking about your health, your routine, wellness. It could be talking about holistic therapies. It could be talking about your pets, spending more time with them, and getting a routine medical checkup, right? And nothing to be alarmed about. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just saying the 6th house does indicate one's health. So if you've been neglecting your health, physical, mental, spiritual, get back to it. And then we have Gemini. And also, if you've been seeing 666 a lot, it is a number of reflection. It's a time to wake up to your higher spiritual truth, your higher purpose, your higher path, right? What is your North Node? What is your 5-year, 10-year plan? Every step you need to take right now has to be conducive to that goal. We have Gemini. You could have Gemini heavily in your chart. Some of you may be on the cusp, or your person could have Gemini in their chart. Doesn't have to be. But Gemini is the sign of communication. It rules the mind, logic, intellect. It rules communication and travel to an extent. So I feel like with the Chariot even showing up, if things have been stagnant for you, they're going to start moving very quickly. We have a full moon in Gemini on the 27th of November. That may be important to some of you. Keep that date in mind. As for your initials, we have the letters B, W, D, O, M, D again, and the letter B again. We have B, D, O, M, and W. These could be your initials, they could be the initials of the person you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be, but just a special mention for those of you who've seen your initials here today. That was it, Taurus. I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.